So you mean to tell me that this dry mouth heifer who wouldn't even spit on Duda if he was on fire gets to smoke Alicia? Negro, please. Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel Reviewed, where we talk about all things television and film from today and yesteryear. So I wanted to come on here and do a brief recap of The Shy season 7 episode 12. So the episode picks up where we ended last week with Reggie going in there and robbing somebody's home. I was completely off. Okay. This was not Hannibal's house, baby. This was a random house. And honey, Reg ends up getting picked up by the popo. And when I tell you Candace is spooked and nervous, honey, she indeed is. So Candace calls her cousin and she let him know what happened. You know, she was like, I was supposed to be the lookout, the getaway driver for Reg. He was out here robbing his house and the police got him, they arrested him. And she was like, she was kind of a little scared or whatever because she didn't know what to do. And she felt like she had let Reggie down because she was legit supposed to be the lookout or whatever. And so the cousin, he's getting a little information from her, little details or whatnot. And he tells her, well, it don't seem like it's going to be a felony if he didn't have a weapon, when he went in to rob the place. So he was like, well, where does Reg keep his stash, because he going to need money for bail. So she lets her cousin know where Reggie keeps, his hidden stash of money. And of course, the cousin, he goes and finds the stash and he gets some cash out.
I need my bag. I packed it. Ooh.
See, this is why we need to be in the car right now.
This is not my first time at the rodeo. We got time. Trust me.
So, honey, Tiff is not the only one that's about to give birth to a new social security number, okay? Keisha ends up going into labor as well, and Emmett is so excited. He is like over the moon. He is so excited. He's nervous. He's running around the house because he and Keisha decide that they're going to have a home birth. And I did like the fact that they kind of show, different ways that you can give birth to your child, because Tiff, obviously, she chose the hospital route. And Keisha, she chose the home birth route, which is what she did with her first child. And so Emmett, she's like, go get the pool. And, she's talking very calm. And, Emmett, he's a little erratic. It's just like, no, calm and nice. I want a calm birth. Like, I don't want all this noise and racket. And so his brother and his Carucci's character, they end up walking downstairs and, they're like, what's going on? He's like, Keisha getting ready to have the baby or whatever. And, Keisha's just like, be quiet, be quiet. She just wants all, everything to be still and quiet. And Emmett, he goes and calls the doula for her to come over and assist. So Jada is in a lot of pain, with the cancer. And she is at the point of where she is literally standing in the middle of Hallelujah Square. Okay. And here we got Bakari getting his Carrie Bradshaw on, honey, by click, click, clacking on his laptop, finishing his book. So Nuck is in the middle of doing a little woo-woo, what, hey, hey. And Duda's wife ends up walking in on him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you ain't tired of folks busting up in your room and pointing a blicky in your face like, you ain't tired of that? So Nuck's boo thinks she runs out of the room and Nuck is, looking at Duda's wife like, girl, what are you doing? So she says, Nuck, Duda left her a letter, and in the letter it said that if anything happened to him, Nuck would be the one behind it. And Nuck was like, that ain't true. And he's like, why are you up here doing all this when you ain't even F with him like that? Like you really tripping when we all know that you did not mess with Duda like that for real. And she was like, well, I'm here to take revenge on whoever, sent him to be with the Grim Reaper. And so Nuck, he lies. And he basically lets her know, he said, it wasn't me, it was Alicia. Alicia had Bianca lure him there, and she is the one who pulled the trigger on Duda. And so, of course, Duda's wife is like, nah, you lying, whatever, whatever. And of course, Nuck ends up convincing her that he is not the one who pulled the trigger. And I'm like, Nuck, you ain't tired of lying to these females. You lied to Alicia, you lied to Tiff, now you're lying to old girl. But you know what? It is what it is. So Nuck, he kind of confronts Bakari. He was like, how was she able to get past you? And Bakari was like, I had my headphones on. I end up dozing off. And he was like, you can't be that careless. You can't be doing nothing like that. And Bakari was like, look, I ain't want to hear you and your girl in there getting it on. Like, I didn't want to hear that. So I had my headphones on. And, Nuck is telling him, you my number two. You supposed to make sure that don't nothing happen to me. That's real careless what you did. And I'm thinking to myself, no, sir. What you did is careless because you're the one going around here putting bullets in people and then blaming it on the next person. Like, miss me with it. Okay.
I won't celebrate till Nuts did it.
Good luck with that.
Excuse me?
All I can do is look the other way if he comes up missing.
You should deliver him to my doorstep.
If I participate in getting an informant killed, it could cost me my job.
And trading one prisoner for another won't.
My son is innocent.
So is mine.
Tiff is back at the house. She is looking for a picture of Rob. And Vic is like, are you freaking kidding me? You came here for a whole picture of Rob. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, if you got to rummage through all this stuff for a picture of Rob, then you really didn't want it in the first place. Because why do you just not have a picture of him on your nightstand? Okay. So Vic ends up finding the picture and they head off to the hospital. And unfortunately for them, they are stuck in some very heavy traffic. And while they're stuck in traffic, Vic was like, see, none of this would have happened if we ain't have to stop back and go get no picture. And she's like, so you trying to blame this on me? She's in labor and she is just like, so you trying to put all this on me because I wanted to have a picture of my child's father with me while I have, delivered his baby. And Vic, of course, he's like, no, I'm not trying to blame anything on you, but I'm just trying to make sure we get through traffic or whatever. And Tiff was like, in a moment, I'm about to get out this car and walk to the hospital because, she is like, this baby is getting ready to come. Okay. Darnell, he ends up getting Jada in the bed. He wants to make her comfortable because he has come to the realization that this indeed is it.
It's time.
Wait, how'd you know?
Wait, boy, what are you talking about?
Keisha's having the baby.
Oh, shit.
What were you talking about?
Jada, she's making a transition.
Candace, she goes and gets Reg out of jail. Carolyn and Kenya are at church watching the pulpit pimp deliver his sermon. So Candace, she and Reg are in the car. Her cousin is driving, and Reg is like, I don't know what happened. And Candace like, I think I do. I think I'm the reason why you got locked up. And so he said, oh, so you the snitch? And she was like, nah, but I think that rich lady is. And so her cousin's like, what you talking about? And she was like, this rich lady I met, she gave me her card. She was pretending like she wanted to be my mentor. And I kind of told her I was scared, when I was waiting on Reggie last night. And Reggie's like, what do you mean? Like, that's stupid. That's crazy. And she was like, I know. She said, I think she played me. And so the cousin was like, well, who is this rich lady? And so Candace, she starts describing Alicia, right? And of course, she doesn't say her name. And her cousin is like, yo, I think that's Shad old lady. Shad told me that he used to deal with this real rich older lady. And that sound a lot like her. So Reggie is putting two and two together and everything is clicking down. And he was like, okay, bet. He was like, I'm going to need you to distract that lady later on. He said, because I'm going to handle this my way. And of course, Candace is like, what you going to do? He was like, don't worry about that. I got this. So Tink Tink, he ends up pulling up on Darnell and Jada. And Darnell was like, what are you doing here? And Tink Tink was like, Keisha kicked me out because she said I had too much negative energy. I was like, I know that's right. Like, get up out of there. And so Jada overhears the two of them talking. And she tells them, I am not leaving until I get to see my grandbaby be born. And Darnell and Tink Tink, they decide that they are going to take Jada over to Keisha's and Emmett's house so she can be there to see her grandbaby be born into the world. Bakari meets up with Professor Gardner, and Professor Gardner is telling him that the first part of his book is excellent. He was like, this is going to be a volume edition, like, because your life is going to go in so many places because you're still young. He said, imagine what your life is going to be like in your 20s and your 30s. And Bakari was like, I'm not thinking that far ahead, like, I'm just living for right now. And Professor Gardner's like, that's not a way to live, son. And so when he says the word son, Bakari is like, don't call me your son. Like, and I was like, hold on, Bakari, like, don't be feeling yourself. Like, what you're not going to do is be disrespectful to Professor Gardner when he has looked out for you and only wanted the best for you. And of course, Professor Gardner, he apologizes, and Bakari realizes that maybe he should not have said it in that way. And so Bakari's like, my bad. All you've done is, want the best for me, and you looked out for me. And Professor Gardner was like, you have helped me in a way, with him losing his son. He was like, Bakari has kind of helped him in that way as well. And he didn't mean any disrespect, like looking at him as a father. And Bakari, he kind of realizes like, hey, it would be an honor if to have someone like you in my life as a father figure, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Oh, that really made me mad when Bakari said that, because I like Bakari, but I was like, we are not going to be disrespectful to Professor Gardner, okay, aka Professor Wayne, okay?
Little man, I ain't no OG, but that doesn't mean I don't care about you or your homies or Billy's homies. You know, believe it or not, we all brothers, man. Man, yeah, right. Hey, look, come, Michael, wait, Michael, just listen to me. When I was your age, I wanted to be a ball player. I was dreaming about being a ball player, about being a race car driver, an astronaut. You ain't afraid to die? I respect that, man. I respect that. But what about what you have to live for, Mike?
Man, there ain't nothing to live for.
So the pulpit pimp and Carolyn decide that they are going to move in together. And I was like, okay, so they are no holds barred. And again, for me, I am wondering if he wants her or does he need her, okay? Because what we're not about to do is act like Pastor Zeke walls did not come tumbling down, okay? And now he's trying to build them back up. So I am just like, okay, do you really want to be with her or do you need her? And it could potentially be both. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he does want her and need her as well. Nonetheless, they decide that they are going to move back in together. And he does tell her he thinks it's a good idea if they sleep in separate bedrooms. And, you know, she's a little shocked by it, but she does agree to that. So Vic and Tiff finally make it to the hospital. And they are on their way up to labor and delivery. And as soon as they get in the elevator, I was thinking to myself, please do not make the elevator break down. Like, can y'all please be a little original? Okay. But of course, the elevator ends up stalling. And so Vic, he has to deliver the baby. And Tiff ends up giving birth to a little boy. So while Tiff on the elevator floor and then pushed out her little boy, honey, Keisha and Emmett end up having a baby girl. So Darnell and Jada make it just in time to see the baby. And, you know, Jada, she's holding her granddaughter and she's looking down at her and she's like, oh my gosh, she's perfect. What's her name? And Emmett says that her name is Jada. And he's like, you know, we love you, Mom. And you could tell that Jada was taken aback that they named the baby after her. You know, you could tell that she was just in awe of the fact that they thought enough of her to name the baby after her. So Reg and Candace pulls up to Alicia's house, and Reg decides that he is going to go in there and rob Alicia, right? So he tells Candace to send Alicia a text message to get her out of the house, you know, make it seem like they want to go she want to have a drink with her, you know, meet up with her, whatever. So Candace ends up texting Alicia, and they see Alicia walk out of her home, and he tells, you know, Candace, go ahead and go meet up with her. I have my boy come pick me up from over here when I'm done. And honey, when I tell you, I'm thinking about stuff like, Candace, girl, you are really biting off more than you can chew. Like, for real, for real. You already said that you was not about that life, but you are inserting yourself in it, okay? But honey, I'm telling y'all, every time they show her on here, all I can think about is Roberta.
Cleveland, did you barricade me in my room?
I couldn't let you go to that party tonight.
Let me out!
God, I wish I could go to Diego's and get trashed and forget about this. That gives me an idea.
Let me out!
Roberta, calm down. You can have a party here tonight. Invite all your friends.
Are you serious? Yeah, I could see that.
So honey, Reg goes into Alicia's house and he wreaks havoc on Alicia's house. When I tell you, he went in there and he was going through that house like the Tasmanian devil, okay? He did not care. And baby, once he got upstairs in her closet and he pulled out that jewelry and saw them handbags and them shoes, it was murder, she wrote, okay? So Bakari, he goes and shows Lene that he's finished working on his book. And, you know, she's very proud of him. And, you know, they have a heart-to-heart. And she eventually ends up asking Bakari to move in with her. She was like, look, I've been saving up some money. I'm about to get my own spot. Bakari was like, your brother ain't about to have that. He ain't about to have us. He's not going to be okay with us living together. She's like, I don't care what he going to be okay with. He should be glad that I'm letting him and his wife live in my house. Like, this is my house. So he should be grateful that I'm letting him live here with her. So, you know, Bakari, he doesn't necessarily tell Lene, yes, that he's going to live with her, but I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out.
I can make people go away. I'm bad. Just think of me as your protector. You look more like a predator to me. And I guess I look like prey.
Listen, honey, I was not ready for Candace to basically let Alicia know she called her bluff. Like, girl, I know you the one who called the popo on my man. Like, it is what it is. And when she texts Reggie and lets him know that Alicia is back on, getting ready to come back home, baby, Reggie grabbed that red coat. He grabbed some handbags and everything. I guess he was like, my girl was a lookout. She really showing me that she down for me. So let me make sure I bless her with a couple of things that I did not buy, but still a couple of things that she gonna definitely want and use. Okay. So Alicia gets home and she sees that her house has been ramshacked. Okay, like somebody then ran up and through here and then tore up all my stuff. Now we did not necessarily get to see Alicia go upstairs to see, the damage in her closet, because honey, trust and believe, we women, we do not play about our closets. But anyway, she calls Tiff and she's like, where are you? Someone broke into the home. And Tiff was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she was like, I'm fine. Where are you? And Tiff tells her that she went in labor, that her water broke and she ended up having a baby. And of course, Alicia, she's ecstatic. She's excited about it. And she was like, well, I'm on my way. I'm going to head to the hospital.
What's his name?
Rob Jr.
You've made me so happy.
He can't wait to meet you.
Honey, before Alicia can even get out the door, here come this dry mouth heifer confronting her about who sent Duda to be on a permanent vacation with the Lord. And so Alicia is like, I did not do that. Let me guess who told you I did. Nuck. And she was like, yes, as a matter of fact, he did tell me that you did it. He said that you and Bianca basically tried to set Duda up. And Alicia was like, I'm not the one who pulled the trigger. Nuck pulled the trigger. She said, I watched him do it with my own two eyes. And she said, as far as Bianca go, that was the plan, because I wanted to, take out the person who unalived my brother. Like, Duda did that. So I felt like I needed to get revenge on him. And here go Duda wife. Well, that's what I'm here to do as well. And she pulls out the blicky. And when I tell you she laid into Alicia, she shot her at least 4 times. And I was not here for it. Now, I said this over and over again. I like Alicia, but I did not trust her. This right here, this is not cool, because I'm like, why would y'all get rid of Alicia? Like, we needed her on the show. Are you freaking kidding me? So this heifer just gets to run up, get somebody done up, and leave. Like, are you freaking kidding me? This ticked me off so bad. So not only did Nut get rid of Rob, now she is gone. So it's just like, now Tiff is stuck with this baby, and Tiff gonna be okay, but like, y'all just basically removing all of the people who Tiff had support from. You know what I'm saying? Who she could lean on. And I did not see this coming at all. Like, of all the things I have guessed that would happen so far this season, this was definitely not in my bingo card. Okay. And we also get to see Jada walk on across Hallelujah Square. Okay. Like, I really did not want them to get rid of Jada. Like I said, Jada is an OG. Jada has been on the show since its inception. I really wanted her to stay around. You know what I'm saying? Like, of all the so-called elders, the parents or whatever. And another thing that blew me, like, Keisha, we have not heard nothing from Keisha's mom. I understand that she out following her little boo thing around, but like, you mean to tell me Keisha's mom didn't want to be there to see the baby born either? It's like y'all done got rid of all of the parents, like the parents that's been there since its inception. Like, we also got to see Tracy early in the episode tell Jada that she was leaving the Chi. She went to go see Jada, and Tracy said that she was leaving the Chi, that she just basically needed a fresh start, and that Jada gave her the courage to do so. So it's like y'all got rid of all of the adults, all the parents, and I don't like that. I just don't like that. I really wanted Jada to be around. Oh, this just annoyed me so bad. So we get a moment with Shad and his new boo thing, honey. And Shad, he's like, dang, I wish I didn't have to go to work today. Like, man. And the girl, she reminds him, she was like, you know how many people wish they had a job to go to? She said, you should be grateful that you have a job to go to. And, he's like, yeah, you're right. Let me stop complaining. They discuss him going over to her house. She's like, I think I'm going to host you at my house next time. And he asked her something about, are you a shoes on or shoes off type of person? It's just like, I don't want shoes on in my house when you're in my home or whatever. So they just have a cute little banter, and Shad ends up leaving to go do his security detail for Alicia.
What's up?
Did Alicia come by last night?
I don't know.
If she did, she would have come to my room.
Of course.
I haven't heard from her.
Honey, when Shad opened that door and he saw Alicia laid out on the floor, baby, he was not ready for it. He looked around and saw the house in such a disarray. But baby, when he saw her laying on that floor, he did not know what to do.
This shot right here. Yo, where you at, man?
Tiff had the baby.
I need you to get to Alicia's house. Right now.
What's going on?
I can't say. Just get here. Now!
So Vic comes over and he sees Alicia laid out, right? And, Shad, he don't know what to do with himself. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I came here, the house been ramshacked, clearly somebody broke in. He was like, and she was just laying here on the floor. And, he's kind of panicking a little bit, and he's just like, I can't leave her laying on the floor like this, man. We can't leave her laying like this. And Vic was like, man, we can't touch the body. And I'm thinking to myself, exactly, like, what are y'all freaking thinking? Why would y'all even write this in the show? Like, that is crazy. Like, Shad, you already did time. He knew not to make that type of mistake. And against his better judgment, Vic goes along with Shad and they pick Alicia up and they move her over to the couch. Worst mistake ever. Listen, when I tell you this season finale was the worst finale to me, that the show has ever done, because what they did just absolutely did not make any sense at all. Why would you all put Shad and Vic in the position that they are in? Granted, we know that they are not the ones that did this to Alicia, but they touched her body and they moved it. Like, that absolutely made no sense to me. Like, why would y'all do that? And now all of a sudden the police pull up. That really ticked me off, because I'm like, out of all the goings on that didn't happen in Alicia's house that night, now the police decide to show up. So you mean to tell me they didn't hear Duda's wife put all them rounds up in Alicia? You know what I'm saying? Like, that really just irked my nerve. And then they literally have blood on their hands, Vic and Shad. Like, of all the people that this could be done to. And meanwhile, you got Reggie and his crew enjoying the benefits of Alicia's money and clothes and things like that, because he over there spreading the love, sharing the love, honey, with the coats and the purses and the money that he done confiscated from Alicia's house. And you got Vic and Shad literally with blood on their hands. And I know Reg is not the person that unalived Alicia. I know he did not do it. But are they going to find out that Duda's wife did it? That's my point. Like, it has to be some type of cameras or something that is going to vindicate them. I don't know if they'll be penalized for moving the body, but this was just stupid. This was just the dumbest. Why? I don't understand why y'all would have them do this. Like, oh, this irked my nerves so bad. Like, y'all keep playing with my girl Tip. Like, you took out Rob, now you even took out Rob's mom. Like, just leave her alone. Like, seriously. And I know one thing, this show better not get canceled before we get this resolved. I know that much. I know they better come back and finish this out, because this don't make no doggone sense. And then, like, Nuck just gonna get away with everything? Like, how is everything gonna turn out with him and Tiff? Because now, not only was he trying to console her and pretend I'm your friend when he is the one who unalived Rob. Now, and my God, let's not forget, he walked in and he saw Alicia laying on the floor. He didn't even call the police. Like, that was really trifling. And I get that Nuck probably glad that Alicia is gone, because that takes heat off his back, because, Bakari let him know that, hey, Alicia know that you the one who, who did what you did to Rob or whatever. So I get it. But I'm like, dude, you couldn't even call the police. Like, that really, this was really, really grimy. Like, I just was not feeling this at all. And I have no idea how the rest of this is going to turn out, but I guess we shall see. We shall see. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.